As a woodworker, when I look at pieces of furniture made by large retailers, I always think, I can totally make that. Maybe I could even make it better. Then the challenges start. Miscalculations, material issues, design tweaks, tool limitations, and the constant battle with time. And I realize it's not as easy as it looks. But with each challenge comes the opportunity to learn and improve. So today I'm going to build a desk based off of this West Elm design that my daughter loved. I usually like to design my own pieces, but when I told my daughter to look for inspiration online, she found this one and didn't really want to make too many changes to it. So here we are. First up, I wanted to get the large round legs out of the way, so I prepared some blanks that will create 4-inch diameter dowels. The glue up process for these is fairly straightforward. I had just enough material to turn these into 4-inch rounds, so those outer pieces were a bit narrower, and I shimmed them up off the clamps so they were centered on the middle pieces and sent them off to dry. These ended up being thicker than I needed, so instead of wasting material at the planer, I trimmed off little strips at the bandsaw, and I wasn't aware of this at the time, but these cutoffs are going to come in handy later. Now I can prep the blanks to become dowels by first turning them into octagons. You may recall I had a scary kickback situation on a similar cut a while back. That was for the legs of my daughter's bed, and I realized the kickback happened because I was putting too much downward pressure on the piece as I was finishing the cut. So I was very careful not to push down too hard as I reached the end of the piece, and it was all good. I rough cut them to length at the miter saw and drilled holes in the ends that I'll use to attach them to my table saw lathe, and thought I was going to have to whip out my router to elongate the miter slots on my outfeed table so I can push the jig through. Then I remembered my outfeed table folds out of the way. Crisis averted, and I could install the blank on the jig.